and I'm here to let you guys know the first round of ownership when it pertains to the Dynasty Football League. I'm going to get this quickly shared out, only on a couple spots, just so we have it. Hopefully everybody will tune in, know where they're at and what's going on. I'm really excited for the Dynasty Football League. This has taken some time. We've been really working on this for a while now. So we're hoping this will finally work the right way now that we've done all the testing. So this is what's going on. What's going on, Kenny Rodriguez? So that being stated, I just got to drop this on Twitter, and we're going to be ready to rock and roll. So if you guys can, share it out. Let everyone know we're doing this. Announcing the first set of ownerships, if you will. So team ownership. Here we go. Let me see here. Do not like my phone at all. Hashtag esports. Hashtag Madden 21. Hashtag Madden 20, because it's still out there. Hashtag what? Sim Sports, will that work? Alright, we got the tweet out. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. This is not going to take long, so everybody knows where we're at and what we're doing. Now, first of all, I just want to say this. With the Dynasty Football League, it's going to take time. It's going to take effort. I don't want to use the term dedication, but I need to. I need to use that term. We are turning no one away, no matter who you are, no matter where you come from, no matter your age, as long as you're smart enough to know the basics. So that being said, we want to announce these teams, know who's involved, and we're hoping the people who actually signed up and wanted to take on these teams are willing to take on the responsibility to properly own them and properly do what needs to be done when it comes to owning their team. So, that being said, allow me to do the following. I'm going to just go in alphabetical order. Okay? Like this would be the Bears and the Bengals and so on and so forth. And if we have an owner for those teams, I'm going to be able to announce it. So, when it comes to the Chicago Bears, I am pleased to announce that the Chicago Bears indeed do have an owner, and most of you know him. He is Kyle Young. So Kyle Young has locked in the Chicago Bears and will be the owner of the Chicago Bears. Moving on next, the Cincinnati Bengals do not have an owner. The Cincinnati Bengals do not have an owner. They are still looking for some ownership. So if you're watching this and you're not a part of the league and there's a team you could be interested in, let me know. By the way, we're simulating the first 10 seasons, so you're not getting the current roster for sure. Just make sure people understand that. Moving on to the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills have secured themselves an owner, and he goes by the name of James Sargent. James Sargent will be taking over ownership of the Buffalo Bills when the DFL gets going. Okay, moving along to the Denver Broncos. Smack myself in the face for saying bad words. They do not have ownership. This team is available for ownership. Next, the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns have ownership indeed by the name of Ed Ritter. Ed Ritter will be owning the Cleveland Browns. Up next, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have themselves ownership in the name of Greg Thomas. Greg Thomas has stepped up and joined the league, sent me his application, and he will own the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Moving on to the Arizona Cardinals. The Arizona Cardinals are in need of ownership. So, ladies and gentlemen, again, if you're interested in joining and you're not an owner, this is another team you could possibly take. Then it's the San Diego Chargers. They, of course, need ownership. Who wants to own the Chargers? I need to stop being biased. Up next, it is the Kansas City Chiefs. And the Chiefs have found themselves an owner in the name of Thomas W. Goodhart. Thomas Goodhart now taking over the Chiefs. So everyone knows Goodhart wanted the Eagles. We had so many people who wanted the Eagles, but he was not part of the game first, if you will. So he took his backup team, which was the Chicago Bears. He was the Chicago Bears owner as of 48 hours ago. Okay, just for a quick history lesson, Thomas W. Goodhart works with the J.P. McCaskey High School here in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. The McCaskey that school is named after is related to the McCaskey family that owns the Chicago Bears. I worked with that school for many years. I was on the coaching staff with that school. Worked with them for 14 years. So the McCaskeys and the Chicago Bears, it's important to our community here, believe it or not, for those of you unaware. So he was going to take the Chicago Bears, but when I let him know there was a gentleman by the name of Kyle Young who really loved the Chicago Bears, and that was his team, he said, I will take the Kansas City Chiefs, because every year he goes to Kansas City, and wait for it, for the Hallmark Card Convention. He's a collector of Hallmark ornaments and cards. Very weird collection. So he took Kansas City because he goes there. So there you have it. He was willing to step off of the Bears for Kyle because it was his team, which I thought was pretty cool. Up next, the Indianapolis Colts. The Indianapolis Colts have found ownership in the name of Drew Ritter. Moving on, you have the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys have found ownership, and they will be owned by Thomas Schmoganovich. Most of you lovingly call him Powerhouse. Then you have the Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins will be owned by Taco, the baby brother of mine, if you will. So he is taking on the Miami Dolphins. Up next, the Philadelphia Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles will be owned by Mr. Chris Davis. Kyle Young's favorite name, the Spectacular Pooh. The Spectacular what now? Had me crying for a while when he said that. The Atlanta Falcons need an owner, so they are available for ownership. The 49ers are available for ownership. The Giants have themselves an owner in the name of DW6 Killer. So DW6 Killer will be taking on the New York Giants. The Jacksonville Jaguars need an owner. The New York Jets need an owner. The Detroit Lions will be owned by one Alex Darr. Alex Darr taking on the ownership of the Detroit Lions. The Green Bay Packers do not have an owner, are available for ownership, as are the Carolina Panthers. The New England Patriots are also in need of ownership. Trying to figure out where I'm at on my list. There we go. The Oakland Raiders, now the Las Vegas Raiders, and I'm saying Oakland because that's what they are in this game. They will be the Las Vegas Raiders in Madden 21, which is absolutely freaking awesome. They need owners. Then up next, it is the Los Angeles Rams, and the Los Angeles Rams have themselves an owner by the name of Vernon Quinn. Vernon Quinn will be running the Los Angeles Rams. The Baltimore Ravens will be run by one C.J. Coates. Y'all know him as D.O.A. Up next, Washington. This team, as I stated, will end up being relocated and being renamed. We'll figure that out. So whoever is interested in this team, we'll get in touch and we'll discuss the particulars for this particular franchise. Up next, the New Orleans Saints. The New Orleans Saints will be owned by one Marcus Bose. The Seattle Seahawks are available for ownership. The Pittsburgh Steelers will be owned by one Charlie Monk. The Houston Texans are available for ownerships. The Tennessee Titans are also available for ownership. And then you've got the last team I need to mention, the Minnesota Vikings. And the Minnesota Vikings will be owned by one Dwayne Ritter. So, ladies and gentlemen, these are your teams from both sides of the league, AFC and NFC. I'll start with the AFC, then cover the NFC teams that need ownership. So if you're watching this and you're interested in becoming an owner, go to the website on the bottom of your screen, dflmadden.weebly.com. Check out the application. It says join, what have you. And let me know what you want to do as far as becoming an owner. I will take the time to tell you this. When you go there, it says join. There you go, join. I want to make sure that's what it said. And there's the join the NFL Today player application and team owner application. It's not a fill it out form. You copy it and then paste it in an email to me. It's not that difficult, so it's pretty simple. So you should be able to do it. Nonetheless, here we go. The Cincinnati Bengals, the Denver Broncos, the Houston Texans, the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Las Vegas Raiders, the Los Angeles Chargers, the New England Patriots, the New York Jets, and the Tennessee Titans. Those 9 teams in the AFC need ownership. 7 teams in the NFC need ownership, and they are the Arizona Cardinals, Atlanta Falcons, Carolina Panthers, Green Bay Packers, San Francisco 49ers, Seattle Seahawks, and Washington. Again, will be relocated somewhere. That, ladies and gentlemen, are your owners of the league. I just wanted to make sure I had that counted right. That is 16 owners. It's a 32-team league. We already have half the league covered. Now, I already have, of these 16 owners, I will tell you right now, 9 of these 16 owners have been begging me to make it 16 only. They want it just to be these 16, and they want us to relocate. They want to have the league to be original. And I will never argue originality. Ed and I have talked about it, and I told him I would love to relocate the teams, but I love the idea of a 32-team league. So let's get these other owners to justify not relocating them. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. Because if quote-unquote relocation needs to be done, we'll have to figure out which side of the ball we're going to do, or which side of the league we're going to take and relocate it. But I'm all about having fun, whatever it takes for us to have fun. And I know Ed will support this comment when I state he wants 32 teams. No ifs, ands, or buts. But if for some reason we go 16 and relocate, he don't care. He'll just beat your asses that way. It'll be his mentality. So, get those applications in for owners. Get those applications in for players. The game drops late August. When the game drops, I already have it pre-ordered. I will download it onto my system. I will then enter the game, and I will start setting up the league. Will I be setting it up for relocation? We'll see. Will I be setting it up for NFL teams? We'll see. Like I said, we're going to see where it is. And I'll tell you this, if we relocate, I told Ed myself, if we relocate, I'm going to do my part to not copy another league that's out there known as the RFL and try to use as many teams as he don't have. And that's the teams we're going to relocate. And guys are just going to get teams based off of random draw, really, to make it interesting. So, if you don't want to be a part of a random draw, here's your team, get your friends in, get your other people in, get somebody in. If we can get to 17 owners, there's no reason for relocation now, is there? I just wish Madden would let us relocate all 32 teams. But Apparently not, because they don't give a shit about franchise mode. They only care about MUT, because that's what makes them money. But what are you going to do? So remember, the winner of this league will be awarded $100. So I'm out of here. I'm ending this now. I will talk to you guys in a little while. I'll give you the update on the ranking points for ICW and the pay-per-view card. Until then, have fun. We out of here. Later.